Hello families, this is Mrs. Guthrie. Today I want to share with you some of my favorite tips about success-based teaching. We know that humans learn best when they are in a successful situation. We thrive on success and we need success every day. So I'm just going to share 3 quick tips. This is my 38th year of teaching. Most of my work has been with kids with emotional and behavior disorders. And we know that we could say no, 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 no all day long. And that's no fun for anybody. So how do we have a great day and a successful lesson? Let me share these tips. In our brain, we have what we call mirror neurons. If you see someone do something, then you are likely to do it. And a good example of that is yawning. If someone yawns, then you'll yawn. So we want to make sure that we're smiling when we're teaching and we're smiling when our students are doing work. There's actually research that shows that students perform better when someone's smiling at them. So smile more. That's the number 1 tip. Secondly is to avoid no. My goal every single day of teaching is to teach without saying no. Of course, humans make mistakes all day long, and we could say no because it's an easy habit to be in. And we want to be in the habit of avoiding no. So the first way to do that is with a positive correction. If a student makes a mistake and says the wrong word when they're reading or the wrong sound, we say, no, try it again. Well, it's just as easy to say, let's try that again. Or let me have a turn, or my turn, or listen to me. This sound is ah. What is it? Ah. Or this word is jump, jump. You try it, jump. Now let's try the whole sentence again. So simply doing a positive correction without the word no. The second part of that, avoid no, is to use a when-then contingency. So maybe a student's working really hard on math and we don't really like to do things that are hard for us, and we're asking young learners to do lots of hard things. So they might say, can we have a snack? Can we have a break? And instead of saying no, we can give them a when-then. So chunk the work into a manageable piece and say, when we finish number 4, then we'll have a 5-minute brain break. Whatever is going to be desirable for your student. And also planning for success, you want to have a manageable chunk. It may be simply that problems 1 through 4, you say, now, let me know when you finish number 1 so I can see how you got it correct. And then after number 1, you do that for 2 and 3 and 4. And then after number 4, you've already said, when we finish 4 problems, we'll have a brain break. And then keep yourself to what you promise. So making those positive contingencies with a manageable chunk and then something more desirable after. Also, we need to be very clear on what we know our students can do. So we want to ask them things that we are almost positive they know how to do. And if they don't know how to do it, we're going to tell them many, many times. This word is track, track. This word is track. You say it, track. Until that learning has solidified. And we know that that is all about developing a neuro pathway. It's all brain science. My last tip for you is to give them the correct information to go with the answer they have given you. So I have visited lots of classrooms when I've worked as a behavior specialist. And of course, the kids in Washington State notice that I don't sound like they do. And I say, where do you think I'm from? They have no idea where I'm from. So they might say, someone might say, Washington. And I say, I live in Washington now, but I'm from a different state far away. And then someone might raise their hand and they say, Idaho. And I say, I grew up east of Washington and Idaho is east. But where I grew up is further east. And they might say, Texas. And I say, Texas is a big southern state and I grew up in a southern state. And then maybe they go, oh, New York, because that's a state that they know. And I say, New York is on the East Coast, and I grew up in a state on the East Coast, in the Southeast. And then when we can have some fun with that, and we can play, and kids can have positive interactions. I've done this with adults too, by the way. And then finally, I might say, I grew up in a state named after King George. And inevitably, someone is going to get Georgia. Or I might say, if you think you know it, everybody say it, Georgia. And then we all have success. So we want to make sure that we are giving our students success every day with these 3 tips. Smile more, avoid no, and give them the correct information to match the answer they're giving you. My hope for myself and my hope for you is that you find joy in learning every single day, so that your student will find joy in learning and become a lifelong learner. Remember these tips.